All right, here we have a similar problem to the previous one we did. Again, it talks about safety experts for ladders say that the ratio of A to B in this picture should be 5 to 1. So A should be 5 times the length of B. Okay, so I'm going to call B, I'm going to call it X. Okay, so I have 1X and 5X, because what this means, 5 to 1, is that A, our first number, should be 5 times B. So this would be 5X. Notice I have a right triangle. They want to know how high will a 10-foot ladder reach when placed on the wall. So we need to find this height here. First, we have to figure out what X is. Okay, so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem since we have a right triangle. Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and b are the legs, so our a and our b are x and 5x. Don't forget to square them. So we have x squared plus 5x. I'm going to put that in parentheses so I remember to square the whole thing. Squared equals c, the hypotenuse, is 10 squared. Let's do our squaring. X squared plus 5 times 5 is 25, and x times x is x squared, and 10 squared is 100. Let's combine our like terms over here. I have a 25x squared and another x squared together would be 26x squared. And we want to solve. We have 26 times x squared, so to solve we divide both sides by 26. Divide by 26 and we get 3.8461538. It goes on from there. To get x by itself, we're going to have to take the square root of both sides. Okay, and I get x is equal to 1.961. Now remember, this is my x. It's not my answer, because the answer to the question they wanted is how far is it going to reach when it placed against the wall. So this height here from the base to the top of the ladder on the wall was 5x. So we're going to take our height would be 5 times our x of 1.961, which I just left in my calculator so that I was not rounding. And if you take that times 5, you get about 9.8058. Okay? So this is in feet. That was a ladder, was in feet. The number in front of the decimal, that's my whole feet. It wants it rounded to the nearest inch. So I have 9 whole feet, and then here I need to find out how many inches are left over. So again, a trick for that is to take the feet, the whole feet off the front, and then look at what decimal of a foot you have left. Since there are 12 inches in a foot, we're going to change this part to inches. Since there are 12 inches in a foot, we take that number times 12. So we're going to take the 9 off of the front, and multiply by 12. And that gives me 9.66 inches. If I round that to the nearest inch, that would give me 10 inches. So my answer, rounded to the nearest inch, is 9 feet 10 inches.